welcome to another episode of Erongo Talk. I'm your host, Irene-Mari van Walt, and today is Video Game Day. So do stay tuned for more information on Video Game Day, as well as a competition that our sister publication, The Tourismus, is hosting. In today's episode, we're speaking with Paterson Pepi van Wyk, who talks about what he believes to be the healing powers of marijuana. As always, I will be bringing you news, weather, and tides, so stay tuned. So in today's news, we join you from Village Cafe in Swakopmund. So our main story for today is about the prison conditions in the Walvis Bay Correctional Facility. So last week, news broke of 7 reported positive COVID-19 cases at the prison. So 2 of these were inmates and 5 were staff members. A sister of the inmate spoke on condition of anonymity out of fear of stigmatization and says that she received a phone call from her brother, a worrying phone call. He told me that everybody in the prison was in panic mode after an inmate suffered from a high fever, was carried from a cell by medical personnel late one night last week to receive medical treatment. Between 30 and 40 inmates are housed in a cell. We do not know what is going on. We are waiting for the worst to happen, my brother said. The prisoners apparently have no masks and there's no sanitizing substance available for their use. Conditions deteriorated rapidly and have now reached extreme levels. At this stage, we do not get regular meals. The inmate's sister says that her brother said to her. Prison visits have been suspended for over a month, so this family member is definitely not the only family member who is worried about their incarcerated family member. Many others were in the dark about the well-being of their incarcerated family members as well. We cannot visit our incarcerated family members since the arrival of COVID-19. We paid money into my brother's account, but he told us that he was unable to use it as the shops apparently refused to provide items on the lists requested by prisoners. So this could be because of the stigmatization that the officer in charge of the Walvis Bay Correctional Facility also told Erongo. So it all started with case 32, a 31-year-old female correctional officer stationed at the facility who tested positive on 10 July. Those who subsequently tested positive are in quarantine and additional measures have been put in place. So a warder at the prison, Warder Y, spoke under a condition of anonymity. Said offenders who arrive from police stations or other facilities are quarantined for 14 days. Any offender who tests positive for COVID-19 is removed by the Ministry of Health and Social Services. He added that prison officials at the facility had also been on the receiving end of unwarranted stigmatization. He said that they thought the virus was confined after all staff members were tested. Now more positive cases have emerged, and he says this leaves one wondering how many officials and inmates are actually infected at the facility. So this prison accommodates 77 staff members and houses 250 inmates. So this is quite a scary time for all involved, even those incarcerated in prisons. On some not so bad news, Sizelle Pronk has started an initiative to assist young karateka to adapt to the international stage. So she has been training at the Shotokan Karate Association International Namibia for the past 22 years under the guidance of Sensei Walt. Pronk is a qualified physiotherapist and explains that the initiative would help groom and improve other Namibian karateka. She says that this is an assistance to give them what she needed when she was breaking into the international karate stage. One of the most important lessons I learned whilst competing internationally is that you have to be open to take in, learn and work with other different coaches and athletes. This initiative will support athletes looking to compete internationally more often by not only having them work with the necessary international athletes and coaches, but also by providing those athletes with the support needed when competing on a world stage, she said. So then, quarantine regulations are still unclear to some, so those international visitors who would like to visit Namibia need to present a test from a certified lab that is not older than a negative test for COVID-19 from a certified lab that is not older than 72 hours. They will also need permission from the country that they are traveling from. Obviously, quarantine costs will be at their own, out of their own pockets. And then those Namibians who are returning, who cannot afford quarantine costs, will then be subject to the Ministry of Health and Social Services quarantine. The fishing industry has also been hit quite hard by the COVID-19 pandemic, as we've seen a lot of persons working in the fishing industry testing positive for COVID-19 in a while, so it was necessary for them to re-strategize. The Erongo Governor, Neville Andre, announced that he had met with top executives of 15 fishing companies, representatives from the hake and horse mackerel associations, officials from the Ministry of Fisheries, members of the Health and Security Cluster, as well as the representative of trade unions. The meeting was held to obtain information about the readiness of these stakeholders with regards of COVID-19. So the governor says that he was quite satisfied. All participants expressed satisfaction on being consulted and having an open dialogue. The meeting also agreed on a number of issues, the governor said. So then we have another story where sporting facilities and those who are hosting sporting events under stage 4, Erongo is still under stage 3, but we hope to move to stage 4. We don't want to be stuck in stage 3 for the rest of our lives. So under stage 4 regulations, you will need permission from the Namibia Sports Commission to host a sporting event. So these crowds cannot exceed 250 persons, but obviously all sporting events are permitted to resume, including contact sports, which were prohibited under the first 3 stages. So you will need permission from the Namibia Sports Commission, as well as the sanitization of all facilities, the locker rooms, any and every bit of equipment that is used there needs to be sanitized before it can be used. So that is your news for today.
Good day, sir. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well. Can you please introduce yourself?
My name is Pepi. My name is actually Paterson, but I'm better known as Pepi.
Right. Surname?
Van Wyk.
Van Wyk. And you are an activist?
Yes.
And a musician. Okay. So, Pepi, there is now a topic that I want to discuss with you, and that is, as they call it, the holy herb. Yes. And as an activist, do you think that the holy herb, or ganja weed as it is known as, should be legalized? And why do you think so?
Yes, I do certainly think that it should be legalized, because it's healing. Not only healing for physical ailments, but healing for spiritual ailments as well, you know, and physical diseases as well. It's healing for not only people, but it's also healing for the world. As you can see, we are polluting and everything. You know, if we legalize ganja or marijuana or whatever you want to call it, it's going to help us in a lot of ways. We can make synthetic materials from it. We can get rid of all the plastic bags that pollute our planet. You know, it's going to be healing in so many ways to the world and to the inhabitants of the world. That's why I think ganja should be legal.
Wow, it's green for a reason, right?
Yes.
And that is because it's the healing of the nation, and it makes the environment what it's supposed to be. Why do you think it's illegal, by the way? What is your opinion on that?
My personal opinion is based on a little bit of research also. So I think it's illegal because of colonialism. It's all about conquering the minds of the people.
Yes.
You know. So our people were very spiritual, and they were using this tree for medicine, for prayers, for everything basically. And when the conqueror came here, he saw the spirituality of these people and the high intelligence of our people as well. And then I have actually a post that I posted on Facebook a couple of years back. It's a post by Mr. Lord McCall.
Right.
In 1832, in the British Parliament, he said that he's traveled along the length and breadth of Africa, and never ever has he seen a beggar, a thief, or a poor man.
Yes.
People of such high moral value that I do not think we will ever be able to conquer this nation unless we replace the ancient education system, which is their very backbone of their spirituality, and their herbs, you know. So they had to take away our herb, to take away ourselves, to rob us from ourselves, to know who we are and what our capabilities are. So they actually took us away from everything, from the Lord. So we need to legalize ganja to heal the world.
So basically these people came and they took away your ganja and replaced it with cigarettes.
Yes, it's still colonialism, because even the laws that is governing us today, after let's say a post-colonial era, we are all independent, but the laws that we are following that are guiding us are still from 1975. And who did that? It was the colonial master. So who is ruling us then? Isn't it still the colonial master that is ruling us?
That's a good question, yes. So you say it has a healing power. I saw a video of someone who was shivering and they had Alzheimer's, and they took some oil from this ganja and they just rubbed it on him. 20 minutes later, the man was just he was just like healed.
I can tell you a story not only about Alzheimer's. I lost my sister while she was giving birth to a baby. And the baby had cerebral palsy.
Yes.
The doctors wanted to switch off the machines and all. The baby was going to die. So I decided, no, we're not going to turn off the machines. And I started healing the baby. I started making oil. I started providing oil in secret to the baby.
Yes.
And these nurses and everybody, the doctor in the hospital was like, it's a miracle. Look at miracles God has made and what. And I was just thinking that you don't even know the half of the miracle, you know. And I saw the baby actually come back, you know. The baby got healed, the baby came better, but stuff happened and I couldn't make the oil anymore. And eventually, because the baby couldn't get the oil, the baby passed away. And I also, as a young boy, as a kid, I had asthma.
All right.
And that's actually how I came into my introduction with the ganja came through this asthma. And as I'm here today, no asthma, not even slight symptom. So
Nothing.
I know that ganja is healing for a lot of things. Like I got a person, somebody I know. He had high blood pressure for like 29 years of his life. He's a pensioner now. And I started providing him with this oil and stuff, and he doesn't have high blood pressure anymore.
No sign of it.
No sign of it, and the doctor wanted to know how.
Those are just like 3 or 4
Cases.
ailments that you mentioned, and there's probably an endless list. Cancer, whatever. The list goes on, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And so now that we're in COVID-19, it's probably a very tempting question to ask. In your opinion, do you think that ganja is probably the answer that we need to heal some of the people, or the people that have COVID-19, corona?
Ganja is the answer everywhere. Ganja is the tree that is written in the Bible, tree of life, and knowledge of good and evil. You know, and if anybody wants to challenge me on that, I can explain, prove to you why I say that. So this thing, it won't catch. The corona will not catch anybody who uses cannabis. And the cannabis will be the healing for the corona. Because the world has been suppressing the cannabis and its healing, God's healing, for so long, God is going to bring it out by this diseases and all that y'all can't find healing for. The only turning point you will have to find is turn to the ganja now. And then you see that the ganja is in fact healing for everybody, you know. So I firmly believe that ganja will be the healing for the corona.
What is your advice to the Namibian government in terms of the legalization of ganja, or as they call it, cannabis?
Yeah, my advice to the government, Minister of Health, or Mr. President, you must legalize ganja to heal the nation. It's going to heal this nation from drugs to alcohol to all the spiritual ailments that people have. And it's going to heal the nation from poverty, because people can plant their own herbs and make their own things. We can make building materials, we can make synthetic materials, we can make medicine, so much things. And from unemployment, it can also heal the country. So ganja is healing for the nation in whichever way you choose. So, Mr. President, legalize ganja so we can live and love in peace and harmony until the end of days, because ganja is love.
So,
My name is Denzel Brever, former Brave Warriors goalkeeper. You are watching Erongo Talk.
So in your tides and weather for today, high tide was at around 25 minutes past 5 this morning, with low tide again at about 20 minutes past 11 this morning. High tide expected again just before 6 o'clock tonight, and low tide expected at about 10 minutes to midnight. Walvis Bay saw sunrise at 43 minutes past 7 this morning, and sunset is expected at 31 minutes past 6 tonight. A maximum of 23 degrees Celsius with a northwesterly wind expected for today. A minimum of 11 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 19 degrees Celsius expected for tomorrow. Swakopmund saw sunrise also at 43 minutes past 7 this morning, and sunset also at 31 minutes past 6 tonight. Maximum of 22 degrees Celsius with a westerly wind prevailing in Walvis Bay, in Swakopmund today. A minimum of 12 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 18 degrees Celsius expected for tomorrow. Henties Bay saw sunrise this morning at 43 minutes past 7 and is expecting sunset at 34 minutes past 6 tonight. A maximum of 22 degrees Celsius with a southeasterly wind prevailing for Henties Bay today. For tomorrow, a minimum of 12 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 19 degrees Celsius. Aranda saw sunrise at 40 minutes past 7 this morning and expects sunset at 30 minutes past 6 tonight. A maximum of 33 degrees Celsius with a northerly wind prevailing. For tomorrow, we expect a minimum of 6 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 25 degrees Celsius in Arandas. Usako saw sunrise at 37 past 7 this morning and expects sunset at 29 minutes past 6 tonight. A maximum of 31 degrees Celsius with a north-northeasterly wind prevailing. A minimum of 5 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 30 degrees Celsius expected for tomorrow. In Karibib, we saw sunrise this morning at 36 minutes past 7 and expect sunset at 28 minutes past 6 tonight. A maximum of 29 degrees Celsius with a north-northeasterly wind expected for today. A minimum of 5 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 28 degrees Celsius expected for Karibib tomorrow. Finally, Omaruru saw sunrise at 35 minutes past 7 this morning and expect sunset again at 28 minutes past 6. A maximum of 29 degrees Celsius with a northeasterly wind prevailing. For tomorrow, we expect a minimum of 4 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 28 degrees Celsius. And that is your weather and tides for today. And that's all for today. Remember to follow us on social media on our Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. You can also find us online at www.erongo.com.na. I'll repeat, www.erongo.com.na. You can also send us a tip-off or get in touch for advertisement opportunities to 0811 7040. That's 0811 7040. Remember to wear your masks, sanitize your hands, maintain social distancing. Adolf Kauri will be joining you tomorrow. So until then, goodbye.